come up with our official pound per pound list, top 15 UFC?
For sure.
Yeah.
Are we agreed already that Volk is number one?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we'll agree with that for sure.
All right.
I'm gonna pull up the rankings right now, and then we'll start. Guys want to start 1 through 15 or 15 through 1?
I think 1 through 15 is easier. I think number 1 would be Volk. 2, it's got to be I guess Izzy.
Yeah.
3 Charles probably, right?
I think I think Charles is going to be a little lower than Izzy because I feel like he takes more. He's had a bigger chance of losing those fights that he's been in recently, you know?
Yeah, I think Charles is definitely lower than Izzy. Maybe 3 I'd put him in.
3.
I think, honestly, I think Sterling's got to be pretty high up because I know it sounds weird, but
no, I respect it. I respect it. It's just funny to
feel like beating Yan twice is such an impressive thing, even if the first one isn't really beating him. But the second time, that's a legitimate win, and I don't know what anyone other than Yan really has for him there.
So you would have Sterling at 3, or
no, after Charles, I'm putting Charles above Sterling.
So you okay? So for right now,
who would you have it for?
I don't know. It might be Sterling, but I haven't heard all the other names, so it's hard to.
I think Francis. I got Francis for sure.
I don't know.
I think Usman. I think Usman's still got to be top 5 because this guy. I mean, look at all that he's done. 1 loss out of the top 5.
I wasn't thinking Usman because he's not the champ, but yeah, I'd say you might put Usman 4.
But there are guys that aren't the champ that have better resumes than champion. Like I think Robert Whittaker has a better resume than Davidson Figueiredo. I think he's got a better resume than Brandon Moreno. I think he's got a better resume than Aljamain Sterling, for example.
Yeah. For one thing that I'll say, and I know we're not anywhere near here, I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, Dustin Poirier is on the pound for rank.
He is. He's number 8. He's number 8.
Yeah, that's I'm putting him number 0, not on.
Yeah.
Can we all agree that Poirier should not be on this list?
Yeah, I don't think Poirier should be pound for pound. But I mean, look at a guy like as I've said, I mean, I understand Holloway, how he's still on the pound for pound for sure, but I don't understand how Whittaker's not on the pound for pound list.
If they're gonna put Poirier at number 8, I think Dustin Poirier belongs. I mean, not Dustin Poirier. Robert Whittaker for sure belongs in there then.
Yeah.
So so back to our list. Like so all right. So we got Volk number 1. We got Izzy 2. We got Charles 3. Who do we have at 4? Do we like Usman?
I'm cool with Usman there.
I'm cool. Yeah, I think Usman should be 4. Like I understand he got knocked out, but like
before that,
5 title defenses, that's pretty damn good.
I think dropping 1 to 4 is pretty fair getting knocked out.
Oh yeah, I like that. What about 5? So I like Francis Ngannou or Aljamain Sterling, one of those 2 guys.
I'd put Aljo higher because I could sooner imagine Francis losing his next fight.
Okay, what about you, Lucas?
I think that man, honestly, man, I think that Francis, just because I think his win over Stipe is more impressive than Aljamain's win over Jan. I really do.
But was his win over Ciryl Gane more impressive than Aljo's win against Jan?
No, that's not more impressive. But I mean, he still beat him. Still a win.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, all right. So either Jan or because for me, I think I'm kind of cool with either of those guys.
I think the important thing here is that Jan is like he's at the best he'll ever be. You know what I mean? Or not the best he'll ever be, but like he's at his like prime. Right. Stipe, it's hard to say he's past prime, but I feel like he's probably already had his best fight by the time he fought for Francis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I'm cool with either of those guys. So we could just say 5 and 6 is Aljo and Steve.
I think it's close.
Yeah, but like now it gets kind of interesting is because you get guys like Yuri Figueiredo, like Leon Edwards, like like, do you have Leon Edwards over a guy like Dave Figueiredo or Yuri Prohaska?
Oh, I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
he just beat Kamaru Usman, and I think that, like, if you beat the number 1 pound for pound fighter on the planet, that's got to put you high up in the rankings. And Figueiredo, I mean, I understand that he's been champ, but like, who's he beat? Like, where's all this competition at 125? He's beat Moreno, okay, but like, where are these killers at 125? Like, it's not a very stacked division.
At least not right now. Yeah.
Like, can you, like, I can't name that many guys. Listen, I can name like Alex Perez. Is that a guy who he's beat? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
Alex
can't name
Perez,
that many
Joseph
guys that
Benavidez.
Figueiredo's taken out.
He beat Benavidez twice. He beat Tim Elliott, Pantoja, whatever his name is.
I think he's for sure should be ranked. I don't think he should be above Leon.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you beat the number 1 pound for pound guy. You knock him out. I mean, he was losing that whole fight though. That's part of the thing too. But same with Yuri. Yuri was losing the whole fight against Glover until the end. So I would definitely have him in front of Yuri. And yeah, all right, I'm cool with him being in front of Figueiredo too. I would say, but who do you guys have after that? Would you have Yuri or Figueiredo, like, or would you put the guys?
I'd have Figueiredo above Yuri for sure.
But do you
honestly, I'm putting Robert Whittaker above Yuri too.
Yeah, I'd put Robert Whittaker right after Leon.
Way better.
Actually, I'd put Whittaker right after Leon. I mean, look at Whittaker's resume. It's better than anyone else. Anyone else you could think of.
Adesanya is just without the belt. That's literally what it is. His same.
Pretty
resume.
much. I mean, he's the same, a better resume than Adesanya.
Yeah, true.
I think so. I mean, listen, I mean, his win over Yoel Romero is decisive. Yeah, he's got 2 on paper, but one of them is very decisive. He's got a win over Jacare Souza. I mean, he's got a lot of fantastic wins at 185. Man, I think that Whittaker and the dominance that he has as well. I think he has to be at like number 8.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Are you cool with that, Jared?
Yeah, I think if you're gonna put Rob in there, then I think you might have to put Yan in there as well, Petr Yan.
Oh yeah, I think that Petr Yan, like, I think he could definitely be top. He beat Aldo, you know. I think he could definitely be top 15 for sure.
I don't know if you put Petr Yan over a guy like Figueiredo or Yuri though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you kind of have to put one guy who's not a champ in that top 10. I feel like the rest should probably be champs. I know Usman's not a champ anymore, but he was just 5-time champ, whatever. So I think at number 8 and 9, I would probably that was 8. So 9 and 10, I would probably have. That's where I'd put Figueiredo, and then I'd put Yuri, and then I'd probably at 11 would put Jan, and then I'd put Jan at probably 11. But then where do you go with a guy like Jon Jones or Stipe Miocic? That's
if Jon Jones is on the list, like, he should be number 1 or not, or at least top 3, or not even be there at all. Like, I think he should be off the list, because what's the point of having Jones at 11? It doesn't make any sense. Like, he hasn't lost, even though I think he lost a race. Like, he hasn't lost. He's not active either, so may as well just take him out.
Yeah, I think it's either you're talking about like what people have done lately, or what people have done in like their whole careers. If you're considering like their
He's
whole
number 1.
Obviously it's Jon Jones. But then if you're just talking about what they've done recently, he hasn't fought.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't fought in the past few years. He's not active. I don't think it's fair to even put him in right now. Otherwise, he's number 1. I mean, but then you'd have other guys that are not active in there. You'd have then it'd be like a GOAT conversation, and at that point, it's just a different combo. So
no, Jon Jones should not be on the list. I
don't think he should be. I think another guy who's Stipe should definitely be on that list still. He lost once, Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, but he lost almost 2 years ago though. So
I think that's the activity thing there, because it's not only is his last fight a loss, but he's also just as inactive as Jon Jones.
True.
Yeah, so
I guess not just as inactive, but like he's not as inactive.
Last fight. When did Francis beat him?
March of 2021.
All right. So he has fought more recently than John by a fair bit, I think, right? When the Reyes fight was like late 2019.
February 2020.
2020. That was like a whole year before Stipe. So I mean, I think Stipe should be on there. Like, that's like and also Jones is like really stepped away. Like, Stipe's doing his fucking Stipe thing where he's taking a big fat load of time off. But I think Stipe's got to be on there. I honestly, I mean, if there's anyone else that's coming to mind, I don't know. I really don't know who else to put in there. I guess Max Holloway for sure has to be on that list.
You think
But top 15. Who else? Who is you gonna put Colby ahead of him?
But Poirier beat Holloway. That's what
for sure. Poirier beat Holloway, but that's one win. Like
twice though. But he also beat him at 45. But I know Holloway was very young.
That was like before he even like entered that like pound for pound talk stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, bro,
I don't know. I feel like
pound for pound, he should be able to go in both weight classes. Like that's kind of what.
But he still went back down, defended his belt against Edgar, and then he then got a couple wins. He got a win against Cater, got a win against Yair. I still think Holloway's got to be in the top 15 for sure.
So to me,
pound for pound is like, obviously sometimes they throw in there like the achievements and stuff like that. But really what it means to me is like who's better regardless of weight. Plus they throw in
I don't like that though, because then it would be a bunch of I mean, listen, if it was regardless of weight, then we wouldn't have guys in the higher weight classes in there. Francis Ngannou, regardless of weight, is getting his ass kicked. Like, I mean, I think that a lot of these guys, regardless of weight, Yuri Prohaska wouldn't hold his own at 135 against these or 145. I think that pound for pound should be like what you've done, your accomplishments. That's what I think it should be. Because regardless of weight, would you really have like a guy like Francis Ngannou in there? Would you really have a guy like Yuri Prohaska in there? I don't think so. I think like technically a lot of bantamweights would destroy them if regardless of weight.
All right. We talk about achievements, but if all those are similar, then which guy's better? And I think Max Holloway, if they're the same size, is one of the best fighters out there. So I feel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think he's better than Poirier.
Same size, yeah. Because I feel like the thing that lost him that fight,
he was small. He was skinny fat in that fight compared to Poirier.
You know?
Like I think Poirier is great, but and I think they're very similarly matched. But I still think that Holloway has a better resume than Poirier.
He does have the resume, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he has a better resume than Poirier. Poirier is still great. Like, he's top 20 pound for pound. That doesn't like I don't think he's ahead of Holloway.
What about Chimaev?
Oh, there's I'm not one win. I don't think so. Because it's not, for me, pound for pound is not. Here's skill for skill is like regardless of weight. When I hear skill for skill, pound for pound is also, you have to relate it to the way that it's been talked about for a while. You have to go on the tradition, and traditionally the way people speak about pound for pound is what you've accomplished, what you've done. And I think that Chimaev hasn't done enough. Like he's never won a belt. He's only got one great win.
So where do you put all right, so we had we had Stipe. So we're not having Jones in there.
No,
but we'll have Stipe in there
for sure.
All right, so Stipe,
I think he's got to be pretty low though, because he isn't. He
could be 15. I think he could be like 15 or 14.
Because for me, I think Jan should be in front of Stipe right now, at least. That's what I think.
I think he's got to be lower than everybody who's actually been in a title fight in like the past year. You know what I mean?
So all right, so do we have Jan at 11?
We're getting at a lot of people. I'm trying to think who else fits.
No, yeah. Wait. Let's think again.
But there aren't that many people, man.
Colby there.
Colby?
You might have to. Definitely lower, because I mean his close.
But who is Colby beat?
Is not even. Yeah, that's true. He hasn't beat anybody, but it's like that like second place spot to Kamaru. That's like the argument.
I know, but I just feel so weird about giving someone a trophy for second place.
Yeah.
I don't like Colby in it. I don't.
I don't like Colby in it, man. I understand he gave Usman really tough fights, but he lost, and like that's kind of how the game works. Like you know what I mean?
Also, the difference is Robert Whittaker. Like, people will bring up Robert Whittaker, they'll bring up Max Holloway, and they'll bring up Colby Covington. But Max Holloway and Robert Whittaker beat everybody else other than
they were both champions too.
Yeah.
So
100% agree.
Colby is not that level. But I think Jan should be in front of Stipe, and I think Jan should be in front of Holloway. That's what I think. Also, I think, I think, but who's in front? Out Holloway or Stipe? Who do you guys have in front? So I think that's what's a little tricky.
Yeah, there's a couple other guys. I mean, listen, yeah.
What are you saying here?
No, I'm just saying that there's not that many. Like that, the list can't be so stacked. You know what I mean? Like every other guy you could think of has taken some losses. I mean, Jose Aldo. I think Jose Aldo should have been on that pound for pound list.
Towards the end, I don't know.
I don't know if he didn't retire. I still don't think you could put him in there because that lost to Merab. Plus, he wasn't the champion recently.
Oh yeah, not now, but I mean, think about what he's done recently. I mean, he's been beating guys, man, and he's got that. I mean, yeah, he's got that resume. What are you going to put Brandon Moreno in there? I guess you could put Brandon Moreno in.
But the competition at the flyweight is just not as
good.
But
who else? Like I'd have Brandon Moreno over Colby.
Yeah, I have Brandon Moreno over Colby too.
He beat Figueiredo.
I think stuff gets interesting after the fights in November and October and December. I think that's where, because like guys, before like what if Makhachev beats Charles and what if Pereira beats Izzy? What happens with the pound for pound then?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what's interesting to think about, because I feel like over the last few months there hasn't been that many fights that really made a difference for the pound for pound. But until the end of the year, there's a lot of fights that will have a huge impact on that, which will be interesting. Because I think if Charles beats Islam, I think he should be higher than Izzy, in my opinion. You know, that's what I think. You know, especially if he beats him in the first round, like he's been in the past.
Oh yeah, but Izzy could go right above him again.
Yeah, but like if Izzy loses to Pereira, like he'll probably be out of the top 5, I would assume. And if Charles loses to Islam, he'll for sure be out of the top 5.
Yeah,
I think Charles would probably move to like number 10 or something, number 8.
Mm-hmm.
And Islam, Islam would probably get in the top 10 also, which is interesting. But that's what's exciting, you know. I mean, I think this list the next like 6 months could really change a lot, which is exciting, you know. I mean, because I feel like there hasn't really been much changes to this list last like year.
Are you writing this down? Where did you end up putting Leon?
We put him at 6.
6, yeah.
I think if Islam were to beat Charles, I feel like just because he hasn't really beaten any legitimate contenders, no matter how impressively he could beat Charles, I don't think it'll ever put him like top 5.
But Charles was number 3 though. That's the thing about it though. You beat the number 3 guy.
Kamaru Usman was at number 1.
Number 1.
So Leon went to the number. Where was? Let's see where Leon.
Dude, we put Leon number 6.
No, but I'm just saying on the actual. Yeah, Leon's number 6 on our list and the actual list. So he wasn't in the pound for pound list before beating Usman. So if Islam,
neither is Makhachev though.
If Islam
belongs anywhere in the top 15.
That's what we're saying. Like if Islam beats Charles, he can't be in the top 5.
Yeah, I
think he'll be in the top 10 though.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that.
And then Stipe and all those guys will get kicked out.
Okay, yeah, I'm for that. I mean, Poirier will probably get kicked out too.